This is the M10 Monochrome. And yes, it is basically $9,000. I think it's like $8,995 new, and the lenses you buy for it aren't much cheaper. This is a digital rangefinder camera. You set the aperture manually, you focus manually. It feels amazing to hold. It's like a brick. This thing's not light. It kind of makes me feel a little bit more creative. Like, it makes me want to actually go out and make things, which is a little bit different than most other cameras. Most of the time, I feel like the camera's doing it, so that's nice that this feels like you're actively going out and making something. Yes, it's heavy, but it's like a good heavy. I've always had a little bit of a irk for really light cameras because I feel like I lose them all the time. Like, literally my XE3 that I own, I just like toss it in bags and then I don't know where it is. Sometimes I don't know, I'm like opening my backpack and I'm like, oh, there's the camera. I had no idea it's in there. Granted, it's because it's like a $300 camera. This is $9,000. So that's a little different. The look of it, I'm like attracted to it. like I am attracted to a Porsche or a Tesla. I look at this thing and I'm like, wow, that is beautiful. And the funny part is they've been doing this design forever. And it just does look good. Like, you can't tell me that doesn't look good. You could. It's your own damn opinion. But I think it looks great. Also, this is a niche product. This is niche. Yes, it is black and white only. Like, maybe, 1,000 people know about these cameras. Whenever I have my M3 on me at weddings, maybe one person at a wedding goes, is that a Leica? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, that's cool. And that's it. Like, they're not going to be able to tell me anything about the camera. They just know of it as being the Porsche of cameras. It's not a workhorse by any means. Like, if you're shooting sports or really, really, really fast things, this Leica rangefinder is not for you. But in any other instance, I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Okay, so now let's get into some of the nerdy things about this camera. The first thing that, yes, this does have night vision. The ISO performance on a black and white camera for some reason is just amazing. I don't know the super deep reasons, but you can Google that. Here's a few photos I took at 25,000, 50,000, and then 100,000. Like, that's just nuts. Literally insane. The files are not there. They're not really big. They're about 40 to 60 megabytes per shot. The aspect ratio, or how many pixels in the frame, is 7,864 by 5,200. Pretty big image. I like it a lot. It's a 40 megapixel sensor, which is awesome for everything. I don't think you really need more than 24 in my opinion, but 40 in this little thing, that's awesome. It shoots DNG files. You can also have it do JPEG. I believe you can do JPEG and DNG, or just DNG, or just JPEG. I personally shoot both. I think it's cool. Since it's a single slot, I just think shooting both's fun. I don't know. Camera controls on this, like, you really can't do much. This is not a Fuji camera. You can adjust the contrast, sharpening, and toning. The contrast can be set to low, high, or standard. The sharpening can be low, standard, or high. The toning is a little weird. I don't know much about black and white cameras, to be honest, but this one does, the toning can be set to sepia blue or selenium. Don't know what that is, but you can have all that be off, weak, or strong. It does have a single card slot. A lot of people freak out about that, but I think it's ridiculous. Like, who cares? I view it as almost every single professional movie, every film you've ever watched in the movie theaters has been shot on either one card or one roll of film. So if Hollywood can do it, why can't we? I do not understand the obsession over dual card slots. I'm shooting right now just on one SSD. Don't get it. I would feel totally secure shooting this on something like a wedding day, because it's like, cycle out your memory cards, whatever, it's fine. This is totally manual, in the sense of, like, you can set some auto functions like the ISO and the shutter, but I've found, if you want, me personally, if I want to have that feeling of me creating the image, like me actually doing something rather than the camera doing something, I really like it when I can control the aperture right here. I can control the focus right here. I control the shutter right there, and then the ISO is right there. I don't know the native ISO on this, but I don't think I care that much. I did think Chris Chu said that the highlight thing, dynamic range, was kind of garbage, but I haven't really tested that out yet, so I'll take his word for it. Yes, it only shoots in black and white, but I really like that because I don't really have to edit it a ton. I just kind of put it in and it's done because I feel like I spend half my life editing things to make it look like an Arri or Ari or however you want to say it. For the glass on these cameras, you might think the body's expensive at $9,000, but the glass, this is a 28mm f2 spherical Summicron by Leica, and it's $5,000. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's this little thing. It's small. It's $5,000. You can obviously find cheaper options with lenses. This is I think one of their most legendary lenses, I think. I'm not sure. I could totally be wrong. But I bought this 50mm when was that? A couple months ago. It's a 50mm Summicron f2 made in Canada. It's a pretty tiny lens. I got this for $1,000. $1,000. So that's not bad. It's not perfect, but I don't care. It works. It's a 50mm lens, man. So after all that, I will be taking this out on the field. I do have a shoot tomorrow with Lululemon, so I'll try to get a few shots to show you here, and then also kind of give you some field notes on the field. So here we go. I've been using it now. We've shot 4 different people, and it has been a joy to use. It's killing it. I think the highlights are a little blown out every once in a while, so I think you do have to underexpose this or really make sure that you don't have a lot of really bright lights or something like that. So yeah, this 28's nuts. The 75 is incredible. I can show a few images just to see what we've got. So yeah. The app, the Leica Photos app that works with this is it is perfect. It's flawless. It's I think the best app I've ever worked with camera. You can quickly download the images from your camera, DNG or JPEG, and then you can save them in your camera roll. That's incredible. You can just immediately send things because you don't really have to edit it. It looks incredible right at a camera. Why would you need to edit it? So the app, this coupled with the app, it makes it, I want it. I do want it. Final conclusion is this camera is absolutely awesome. It is so cool. The fact that the black and white images are basically timeless. The feel and how it functions just makes you feel incredible about you're making images and you're being able to capture moments that you otherwise wouldn't have because this makes you want to take images. It makes you want to take it out and go capture moments. And the fact that you can quickly send them to your phone, this coupled with the app just makes it, a knockout. This thing is awesome. I would highly recommend it. Obviously, again, it's really not for everybody considering this right here is, $14,000, which is 2 of my cars. So, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope that's in focus. Hope the audio was working because the amount of times I had to reshoot something else was insane. Okay, come on.